Hey everybody, welcome to Back Issues. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
We're going to talk about Batman Superman from Joshua Williamson and David Marquez. It was the relaunch of the Batman Superman team-up series. And the reason why we're talking about it is because eventually, and when I say eventually, I mean pretty soon, I'm going to talk about death metal. Ooh. And I really don't want to talk about death metal without at least giving you the proper context.
Please put that away.
No. We gotta hold this up because I have it, and it's happening. And look at how short it is. This will be a breeze.
That's not bad. Yeah.
But you need some context because
Is the context not DC Metal?
it's the sequel to Dark Knight's Metal.
Right, but there's even more context required?
There's plenty of There's always time for more context.
You said it's a relaunch of the team-up book. So has there always been like a Batman and Superman team-up
Well, in
book?
like the 40s and 50s, there was the World's Finest comic, which was the Batman Superman team-up book. Mm-hmm. And that's where you get the World's Finest team, and when they'll make references to it and other more meta works.
Okay.
And then eventually they did a Batman Superman comic, the most seminal of which was the Jeff Loeb and other various artists. We did Apocalypse, where they introduced the post-crisis Supergirl.
Okay.
On the show. But yeah, there is a long-standing tradition of Superman and Batman kind of like being a team-up duo.
Right.
Well, yeah, they're best buds.
Sometimes, depending on the continuity you're talking about. But that's the idea, is that they're kind of like the first. And because they're the elder statesmen of the DC universe, it makes sense to put them together. Plus, everybody always thinks Batman, Superman. And I like there being Batman, Superman comics out there.
Where they're not just punching each other?
Yeah, it kind of washes away that kind of stigma and expectation of them being always at odds.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is always fun. And when I heard that Josh Williamson was doing it, I'm like, sweet, because Josh Williamson is a good writer. And for my money, I don't have a lot of favorite Joshua Williamson books because he writes The Flash.
You're not a Flash reader.
I don't care.
Okay. Right.
And I appreciate it. I've heard so many wonderful things, and I've read some of it, and I'm like, yeah, if I gave a shit, that'd be really awesome. So it's always fun to see Josh Williamson's name on other things, and those
All things I care about.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. When he does those things, they are always good.
Did Superman and Batman team up at all in New 52?
Yeah. Oh, constantly. There was a Batman Superman
Because
book.
at the beginning they weren't friends, right?
No. In fact,
Well, they didn't know who each other was.
in
Yeah.
their
I've never met you.
yeah, in their continuity from the New 52, when they first meet, they fight.
Right.
Because of course they do. Because why wouldn't they? But no, in the New 52, they did a Batman Superman series.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
it's because Batman was super scary, and even Superman's like, look, you got the one thing right. Everyone's terrified of bats,
me tell you
and you're a
something.
giant bat.
There's nothing scared. Superman was not scared of Batman. We did that story long, long ago, which was Justice League Origin.
Yeah,
It's written by Jeff Johns, and in that story, Batman lures Superman into basically forming the Justice League, and they fight.
Yeah.
And Superman is like, so what can you do? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Lower your collar.
They fight because they're supposed to,
Yeah.
because everyone knows they're going to.
So
Yes.
the Batman Who Laughs is on this cover?
Of course he is. Scott Snyder
He's what's going on now.
created the Batman Who Laughs. And the thing about the Batman Who Laughs is I appreciate the thought that goes into the creation of a new character when it comes from a place of genuine originality. And I believe that Snyder had a genuine feeling of creation when he made the Batman Who Laughs and birthed it into the world. The problem is,
He should have been the dragon and also killed it.
the Batman Who Laughs, once you open that box,
That Pandora's box.
you cannot close it.
Yeah.
And when DC saw the popularity of the Batman Who Laughs, just from the image of him
Yeah,
alone,
just the design.
Yeah.
they knew he was never going away.
Put him on everything.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
And even though he was defeated in Dark Knight's Metal,
Right.
you can bet your bottom dollar that he is the villain of death metal. The idea behind the Batman Who Laughs, I think that's a solid name. Because it has all this stuff attached to it, right? Because Batman doesn't laugh, right?
He also doesn't
Right.
smile often.
Doesn't smile, and he's the antithesis to Joker, who always laughs and is always smiling. So the Batman Who Laughs, that makes me start to wonder, what would the Batman Who Laughs be like? Well, he'd look like a Cenobite. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
I
sure.
wear a
I mean,
crown
that's-
of spikes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a crown of thorns, but very different.
And it goes over your face so that you can look through the dark energy and see the two different realities overlapping each other. It's
Yeah,
like,
I hate that.
Didn't
What?
you read the Batman Who Laughs miniseries from Scott Snyder and Jock? Because that's the predecessor to this.
Oh.
Because at the end of that, Batman ultimately, spoilers for that series, but go watch it. Batman defeats the Batman Who Laughs and imprisons him in like an energy bubble that is beneath the Hall of Justice. And that's where they leave him.
Right.
But the Batman Who Laughs wasn't just doing all the machinations of the Batman Who Laughs miniseries. He was doing some machinations that set things up for the upcoming and now talked about Batman Superman ongoing series.
Well, there we go.
And that's the story we're doing today, which is who are the Secret Six? Well, I'll tell you who the Secret Six are. They're a fun assortment of villains, thanks to some great creators like Gail Simone, but that's not the Secret Six we're talking about.
Oh.
We're talking about the Secret Six that Joshua Williamson wants to talk about, which is a Secret Six of superheroes who are malformed by the Batman Who Laughs. And so when I said the Batman Who Laughs is a great idea, right? Or at the very least, it's an original idea. It's a
Okay.
concept.
Yeah.
And it has all this stuff attached to the character. I get what you're saying with the Batman Who Laughs, but if you were to make, let's say, like a Superman Who Laughs, that doesn't really mean anything.
Right.
Because he does laugh
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
You know, he doesn't laugh all day like an idiot, but
Right.
he is happy.
Right.
Unlike
Right.
Batman. You know, the Batman Who Laughs, I get it. Oh, that's like two different things. But
Yeah.
the Superman Who Laughs or the Wonder Woman Who Laughs, like you can't just put insert name Who Laughs and apply that to everything, which is like,
Yes, I can.
apparently that's like the thing you do is everything that has ever been created is a formula that you can just plug in. It's Spider-Man, but The Dark Knight Returns. You can't just do that. And I mean, you can, but it's narratively
Doesn't
unsatisfying.
mean anything.
It doesn't
It's
mean
creatively
anything.
bankrupt.
Exactly. It's all those things and none of the stuff you think you're doing.
Well, I just, it's elevator pitches. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got 3 seconds.
Here you go. Superman Who Laughs. Oh. The Batman Who Laughs is obviously the villain of the first arc of Batman Superman. This series and the fallout from it
Okay.
would continue until Death Metal, which is why I'm talking about it before we do Death Metal.
I see.
Okay, so remember when we saw all the other bizarrely twisted Batman people?
Oh, from the Dark Multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they the Secret Six?
No.
No, I'm
Okay,
guessing the Secret
because when you
Six
s-
are the Justice League, right? Like Cracked Mirror Justice League.
Oh, I think
that's
you're
what
on
they
the right.
are.
I think you're on the right path. Except those are just Batman.
They're Batman as everybody.
Yes.
Batman as Aquaman.
Yeah, but they're-
Batman
Yeah.
as
Yeah, but-
the Flash.
Yeah.
But they're all like Bruce Wayne as well, right? Like
Some
they're
of them.
fully. Oh,
Some of
okay.
them, but most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
And that's the thing is that, well, what about if we were to turn Arthur Curry or Diana Prince or Hal Jordan?
Yeah.
Who would they be?
I see. That's the thing is I don't care.
Right, of course.
Yeah, but-
Oh, of course you wouldn't. But like,
I
let's
already
talk
saw
about it.
that.
some
You already
people will.
showed me that.
No, you showed me what would happen if Bruce Wayne went crazy and took a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah.
Not what would happen if I turned Hal Jordan into a Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah. That's a totally different.
That being said,
Mashup.
none of those things happen in this book.
Oh.
So don't worry.
Crap.
But you're on the right track. So the Batman Superman new series opens, and by the way, I got to tell you right off the bat, I know it, but I got to tell you, David Marquez's art is fun and great. That he came over to DC. I think this is the first thing he worked on after leaving Marvel, and it looks great. I had never seen Marquez depict the DC universe, and it was a great opportunity to have him showcase his skills because it's a Batman Superman book and it involves the DC universe. So you're going to see a lot of characters.
All right, cool.
Not just Batman and Superman, but you're going to
And
see
not just Gotham.
right. You're going to see Metropolis. You're going to see all kinds of places. So the story opens, and we're at the Daily Planet, and Perry White is giving Jimmy Olsen some shit because he's like, "How is it you are always at the right place at the right time to get amazing shots like the one on our front page, which depicts Batman? You got a shot of Batman. How is that possible?"
Are you Batman?
Right. Jimmy's like, "I get help from a friend." Wink at Clark, because Clark told him, "Hey, Jimmy, be over here. Batman's gonna swing by. It's gonna be awesome."
Well, that doesn't answer anything. How does Clark know?
Well, he doesn't say Clark did it. I'm just saying for the audience's sake, he
Right,
does.
right.
So, anyway, Clark's having a classic Superman moment when he is called out to by Batman, and Batman's like, "Dude, I need you. You got to come to the satellite right now." And Superman's like, "Okay, man. Well, you sound pretty serious." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm serious. I'm fucking super serial." And Superman's like, "Okay." So Superman flies to the satellite. When he gets there, the entire Justice League has been slaughtered, and he's like, "Oh, what the hell?" And
Yeah,
then,
holy shit.
What?
Yeah. And then he starts coughing up blood, and the blood is green. And he's like, what's happening? And we're witnessing what happened on the Batman Who Laughs Earth and how he killed Superman, which you would know if you read the Batman Who Laughs origin book that took place during Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, but there was a tie-in, so I didn't.
Exactly. So we see the Batman Who Laughs essentially reveal himself, and so it's a bait and switch. Oh, I thought I was reading a Superman Batman book. Oh, I'm actually seeing the Dark Multiverse.
Right. That's not what the whole book is, though.
No.
Okay.
That's just a
It's
cold
just
open
yeah.
to blow your mind.
All right.
So Batman
So
has
how did he kill him?
Oh,
Why is
he-
the blood green? Is it kryptonite?
So the-
kryptonite. Yeah, he
kryptonite.
put kryptonite in the air supply. So he breathed it in. You died when you died the moment you set foot on the satellite.
Right.
But that wouldn't be the end, of course. He would also slaughter Lois and John before his eyes, before Superman died. Don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very macabre. Then we go to the real universe, because we say Earth Zero now. We're looking at now. Another thing I need to point out is at the end of the Batman Who Laughs miniseries, the Batman Who Laughs kidnapped Gordon. Well, really, the Grim Knight kidnapped Gordon, but under the office of the Batman Who Laughs.
Right.
So you are meant to think that Gordon was almost corrupted and infected by the Batman Who Laughs. But then, Batman rescues him and all is well. Until the last page, when it shows that Gordon has been infected and he's secretly the Gordon who guffaws. Now, I'm calling him that because I think insert name Who Laughs sucks, and if you're going to do that, lean into it and make them stupid. Plus, it's alliterative and comic books like that. So, the Gordon who guffaws has been lying in wait since the Batman Who Laughs miniseries, and now it's time for him to strike.
What do you say infected? You mean like with a virus?
Yes, because of course the Batman Who Laughs origins are when Batman kills the
right.
Joker on his Earth,
Right.
the Joker's heart releases this chemical that creates another Joker. That's the
Right.
Joker's contingency. If I die, there must always be a Joker.
Yeah, I permeate.
Right.
Yeah. What's funny about that, of course, or ironic, I should say, is that when the real Joker discovers the Batman Who Laughs, he's like, that sucks.
Right.
He's like, my bad. Yes, I did do that.
But
I do
that
have
was a mistake.
But that was
now
a
that I
mistake.
see what happened.
Yeah, and in fact, in the Batman Who Laughs miniseries, he deliberately triggers it at
Yeah,
Batman,
right.
so that Batman can think like the Batman Who Laughs. It's a whole miniseries. You'll see in the
Yeah,
episode. But in any case,
I'd like to think that they got rid of that, which is that he saw it happen. He's like, oh, this is what happens?
yeah,
No.
yeah. Joker's like, no.
I'm going to remove that.
Yeah, well, he did it, and it's like it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, I'm
It's
not going
over.
to do it again.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do that anymore.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm not going to put it in.
Yeah, I'm not going through all that again. So, but remember, our protagonists, Batman and Superman, don't know about the Gordon who guffaws. So,
Right.
Jim Gordon just calls Batman and Superman because it's under the pretense of a 13-year-old boy in Gotham has been kidnapped, and his little brother is the only witness, and he says that Superman kidnapped him, and he was laughing. And so, Batman and Superman are on the case. And there's a cute moment where Batman leaves while Gordon is finishing his sentence, but Superman doesn't. And Gordon's like, oh, this is usually when he leaves. And he's like, well, that's not me. I don't do that, dude. So,
They've met before, right?
oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. But, like, you know, you never get to see it.
Yeah, it's very rare. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, there's a moment where Superman introduces himself to Gordon. He doesn't really introduce himself, but he's like, hey, Jim, how you been? And Gordon just basically goes, I've seen all kinds of bullshit in this weird universe I live in as like a beat cop,
Yeah.
but a man who flies really bothers me.
That's why I like dealing with Batman.
Yes, you're a guy.
Ground level.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
You're not a guy. You're an alien.
yeah. And you could
And I don't like that.
burn it all down. I can understand why Bruce doesn't like you.
I like the fact that Gordon's eyes are hidden behind his glasses, like we do not see them.
Yes, because of course, if you look at the
He'd be
Batman Who Laughs,
Joker-fied.
you'd see his red eyes.
Right.
And it might give him away. So,
Sure.
anyway, they spring into action, and so Batman's like, if there is a Superman who laughs, I hate that name.
Just say a
Superman
Joker-fied
who's-
Superman.
Superman who
because-
snickers?
Yeah, the snickering Superman.
Oh my god.
There we go. So if there is a snickering Superman, we need to figure out what the Batman Who Laughs move was, because we know he's in like an energy bubble underneath the Hall of Justice, but we need to figure out where his lair is. And we assume that he made one because he's, a Joker-fied Batman. So he's
Right.
got his contingencies have contingencies.
Right.
So
I have an underground carnival.
exactly. So they go across Gotham, and Superman discovers that there's a lair underneath the alley where the Waynes were murdered. And Superman's like, "Hey, do you mind if I like go the quick route?" And Batman's like, "Go for it." Which is literally, I'm gonna bore a hole.
I'm just gonna blast
I'm
through
gonna
the
blast
street.
a hole where your parents died.
Oh, couldn't you just go a little ways away
Nope,
from it?
no time. So Superman blasts a hole, and
okay.
Batman and Superman descend, and they're attacked by Batbots, which are cave defenses engineered by the Batman Who Laughs. Yes, he had time to make and program evil Bat robots.
Maybe he brought those.
Right. I mean, he was able to come and go throughout the Dark Multiverse and the Prime Universe, so sure. So Superman and Batman make quick work of these robots, and they arrive at the cave.
Okay.
And it's a twisted, evil Batman Who Laughs Batcave, which just has the stuff he needs and the cage that Gordon was kept in sometimes that the retconning happened from the Batman Who Laughs miniseries.
Oh, and it's kind of spiky.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's red.
Right.
There's red there.
His red is all, ooh, that's how you know it's bad. And so Superman and Batman have this back and forth because Batman's like, if I were Batman, I'd just be miserable all the time. Once we thought,
You can't be miserable. You're Batman.
Well,
You
no.
love yourself.
No. Just like I not just the regular kind of miserable, like, oh, my parents are dead. I mean the kind of miserable where it's like you did a whole dance maneuver and then you find out afterwards that your dick was out the whole time. Like that level of miserable. Because basically you did an entire DC miniseries where it shows that you're an asshole. Alternate reality versions of you that shouldn't exist, that are only generated by your insecurities, took over the whole universe and fucked us. And now you gotta live with that. That didn't get unmade. That happened and we all remember it.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, that was you.
No, that was the dark version. Those bees weren't supposed to even exist.
Yeah, but those
if they'd been
those
properly
views existed.
devoured by the dragon,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have even been a thing.
Except you generated them with your own insecurities. Like you imagine yourself as those things.
Yeah, well, look, it's just mine that came through, but everyone else is generating those too.
Look, there's tons of worlds like that where other people are the assholes.
Yeah.
They got
All I'm
destroyed.
I guarantee
is-
there's an asshole Superman out there.
There were, but let me tell you something. The Batman Who Laughs didn't call on any of them. I
Because they're
didn't
not few
meet
players.
No, a Superman Who Laughs would call on the evil
snickering
Superman.
Superman would call.
Yeah, or something.
But anyway, I'd be really insecure. I'd be even more insecure than I was when I
Right.
engineered the Dark Multiverse.
Right.
But
Well, that's just a self-fulfilling cycle then.
exactly.
Oh, I'm even more insecure.
Yeah. So now your Batman Who Laughs has like Doomsday armor and stuff. But anyway, Superman is like, hey, listen, I know how you're feeling about this. Like, we're in an evil version of the Batcave, but I
Right.
should point out that, like, when I first entered the Batcave, like the real Batcave, I was awestruck by the giant dinosaur and the penny, and it's like you keep mementos from your successes and your failures. You're a human being. You're nothing like the Batman Who Laughs. If you look at his cave, there are no mementos. There's nothing about it that shows that you're like sentimental.
he does have those Robins standing around.
Those are like those are costumes for Robins that he would eventually make or has been making. Because the Stygian Robins that the Batman Who Laughs uses, we always assumed when he first shows up, those are Dark Multiverse versions of like Tim, Jason, and Dick. But instead, they're actually just like children he steals.
Oh,
And like injects or something?
Yeah.
Gross.
yikes! That's somehow worse.
So Batman refuses to accept Superman's compliment and then reveals that there's like a Batarang mold that has 6 templates in them and that they have traces of dark metal. Remember the dark metal from the Dark Multiverse.
I can't forget it. It's in everything now.
Yes, it is. And so the Batman Who Laughs had engineered these 6 Batarangs that were meant to infect 6 members of the DC Universe Prime.
What?
There are other elements at play. For example, there's a chessboard nearby that the Batman Who Laughs had left there, and both sides are set to a draw where the next move the player would lose. And so Superman tips over the knight as if to like kind of acquiesce defeat, and that triggers a hologram which showcases every member of the Justice League, the Titans, and the Teen Titans, and they all have twisted Joker faces to suggest, and Batman makes this leap in logic, but it's exactly what's going on, that the Batman Who Laughs wasn't meaning to do this. He had done it a whole miniseries ago.
Oh, you can't stop me. I've
already done
enacted
it.
my plan. 5
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Oh,
Does
God.
Superman not know how to play chess? Dropping the
knight?
horse,
Yeah,
the
but-
knight,
yeah.
doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But
defeat.
Batman is the Dark Knight, you see.
See, look what I did
You
here.
see-
This
Yeah.
would be you.
Right, except...
Look what I can do.
Yeah, but in the
with
rules
like a
of
flick
chess,
of
it
a
would-
wrist.
yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, you're posturing. So any one of these people could be of the 6 from the Batarangs.
So each Batarang has to be specific for that person, right?
Yes.
You can't just like I see him scanning one. You can't just figure out who it's supposed to be.
No. They're all the same.
Yeah, they're all the same, but and they each have a logo on them, but the logo mold is not associated with this. He must have pressed it, like in the olden days where you'd use your
Make
your
buttons?
ring on the wax when you're sealing an envelope to tell you who it's from.
Yeah,
Yeah, he would do that later.
I see.
Otherwise,
Okay.
they'd know which characters they picked.
Right.
But,
Right.
but
it's
I'm
not
here
like
to tell you, those Batarangs do have logos on them.
They better. They got a big space for one.
Exactly.
So it's not like that one of them is like made of something that's like super fast. So
Right,
it'll
one's made
get
of
the
yellow,
flash,
one's
or,
made
yeah.
of like feathers from some Greek anti-god thing that Tiffany would know about.
No, they're all just this
They're
metal.
all just metal.
And you
yeah.
just gotta hit them. You just gotta throw it and hit the person.
Yes.
with it.
Hey, hold on to this for me for a second. Okay. Ah, you're infected now.
That actually kind of happens in this. So
oh God, that's
yeah.
cheap.
But anyway.
But it wasn't the start of this that it was a Superman.
Yeah, but that was all a lie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because
it
the
was
Gordon
Gordon.
Oh
Fuzz.
right, because they're going to yeah.
Yeah. uh-huh. So now they know there are members of their entire fraternity who have been infected, and they don't know who it is. And so
Is Gordon among them?
The Gordon's not among them because they don't know yet. Also because Gordon's not a Justice Leaguer, although he should be. He's way more effective than like half of those people. But anyway, so they are now stuck because they're like, we can't call in everybody. It has to be a
Right.
Batman Superman adventure.
Right.
It can't be a Justice League adventure. Plus, because Scott Snyder's already doing like all the setup for Death Metal in his Justice League book. Because like when Dark Knight's Metal ended, it ended on this like super happy note where we're all like, yeah, look at this, we're gonna do this and that and the other thing, and the whole goddamn thing is just a road to Death Metal.
Right.
The whole thing, all of it, including this, and he didn't even write that.
Right.
But all of Justice League, every volume is just, oh no, the Totality. Oh no, Perpetua. Oh no, Apex Lex. Oh no, the Batman Who Laughs. Oh no, we've lost in every single adventure we've had. It's exhausting. So they get attacked by Stygian Robin. And he attacks them, and this must be the 13-year-old boy who the snickering Superman must have kidnapped.
I forgot about those kids entirely.
Exactly. Well, don't worry, they're fake. It's all made up. But they still believe it.
Right.
So they're like, hey, Danny, it's going to be okay. And the Stygian Robin says, you don't understand. I'm not Danny. I'm glad that he did this to me. He freed me. Don't you recognize me?
Oh no.
My name's Billy. Billy Batson.
What?
Shazam. And now we see the Shazam Who Laughs.
The Shazam Who Laughs.
He's got a Batarang with Superman's logo on it because the Shazam Who Laughs is strong enough and has magic-based powers
Right.
Yeah, it
he
can
could
affect
defeat
Superman.
to defeat and then convert Superman. Because there was no snickering Superman.
But there is.
Could be.
Right.
Now.
Well, now there's the Shazam Who Laughs.
He's like grappling with Superman. He's gonna stab him with the Batarang.
Yeah.
The point of a Batarang is you can throw it.
Right.
Why didn't he just throw it into Superman's back when they were like looking at the case?
The reason that Shazam offers is because he's talking like a 13-year-old boy, is he wants to prove he can kick Superman's ass.
I see.
And he's like, I
I don't want to do a
always
sneak
knew-
attack. That's cheap.
Yeah. Well, it also doesn't show what a baller I am.
Right.
And he says things like that because, he's a little boy and he's
Yeah.
corrupted.
Okay.
But yeah.
Man, they just went right to 11 with Shazam.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to the one who could plausibly defeat Superman.
And Batman.
And Batman, yeah.
I'm surprised if this is not going to work.
Right. Like, it should immediately.
It should immediately. Like, how do
Yeah,
you
got
get
the
out
drop
of that?
on him.
Yeah.
like-
And okay, Josh, I'm on board.
Somehow, between the last page reveal of Shazam holding Superman by the throat and wielding
Right.
the Batarang menacingly, they are now like 7 feet apart from each other.
God.
And Shazam is shooting lightning at them.
Yeah.
You failed me. I can't
Yeah.
believe you've done this.
Yeah.
You had it.
Yeah.
No, well, there was no way out of that, so, Superman's
I
about
had
to get
to change the
stabbed.
scene.
So we
Yeah.
had to make it so that it's not going to happen.
Yeah. So
Oh, look, no, we get to that point.
yeah, well, yeah, we do. We get it. We catch up to that. But Superman grabs Shazam and he just brings him up into the sky, like into the upper atmosphere.
Yeah.
And he's gonna blast him with some heat vision, but then the Shazam who laughs reverts back to Billy Batson, but unchanged Billy Batson. And he's like, "Holy moly, Superman! Please don't hurt me. I'm just a little boy." And Superman doesn't go, "Nah, nice try, blast." He says,
Throw you into space.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, Billy, I'm so sorry. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna help you." And he's like, "I'm sorry, you dumbass, Shazam."
Oh my god.
I got you.
Got you again.
Got you again. So as Shazam, who laughs, is about to stab Superman with the infected batarang, so we do actually get to that moment.
Yeah.
That tension is still there. It's
Okay.
just that we had to
go back.
Yeah, we had to go back, of course.
See how we
Then
got there.
what was Batman doing the whole time? He was like rummaging around through the Batman Who Laughs stuff, and when he finds what he's looking for, he goes, "Huh." So now our Batman is truly the Batman Who Laughs. But he co-opts the bat plane that belongs to the Batman Who Laughs, and he goes,
The Batman Who
"Wow."
Laughs is a bat plane?
Yes, he does. And he's like, "Wow, the Batman Who Laughs makes a fast ride. Shame." And then just smashes it into Superman, who could take it, and blasts through the windshield of the plane at Billy.
Oh my god.
Which is a pretty sweet move, I gotta say.
It is cool.
Clark can take it. Boom! So Batman blasts through the windshield of the Batplane, wielding a dark metal batarang, which he jams into the Shazam Who Laughs shoulder.
Okay.
The Shazam Who Laughs calls Shazam, and now a twisted Billy Batson Who Laughs and Batman go tumbling back to Earth.
Right.
And Billy calls out to Superman, and he's like, "Well, you can either catch me or save Batman. You can't do both. Ha ha ha."
Why not?
Kenny Superman.
What? He can't save two people who are falling?
No, he can't.
I'm faster than both of you
have
if
to
I fly.
You have to catch up with me because Shazam, and then he transforms back into the Shazam Who Laughs, and then he is punched by Superman.
Oh.
And then Batman plummets to Earth. And when Batman awakens, he is in a Kryptonian healing chamber.
Oh.
I thought those were only for Kryptonians.
Kellex retrofitted it for humans.
Oh. Good old Kellex.
So Batman wakes up, he finds himself suspended in this crystal, he blasts his way out of it just by punching it. And when he frees himself, Kellex is like, "Batman, stop.
You don't need to punch.
Also, you are not at full strength. You need to go back into the chamber."
You did just punch your way through the chamber, but...
You also broke the chamber, so now we have to retrofit another chamber.
Exactly. So then Batman grabs Kellex and he smashes him against the wall, and he's like, "Where's Shazam?"
I like... He's treating Kellex the way I would.
Right.
Like, "Dude, stupid robot! Just explain to me what's happening."
So then Superman arrives and he looks all disheveled, and he's like,
Oh.
"Shazam Who Laughed escaped while I was saving you."
You stabbed him with a dark metal batarang.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that have killed him or reverted him back?
or
It should have
something?
done
or
anything.
doubled his insanity?
Yeah,
Like,
what...
No, it just
What did you
delayed
think
him
was
a
going to happen, Batman? Why did you think that was a good move?
It allowed Superman. It allowed Batman to be there now.
I guess.
So Superman and Batman yell at each other for a little while, because Batman's like, "Well, you let him escape and save my life, blah blah blah."
You should have let me die.
Yeah. Superman, while Batman was, recuperating, put the two batarangs they had, which was the Shazam Who Laughs batarang, which has a lightning bolt on it.
Yeah.
And
I thought that was the Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And the Superman Who Snickers batarang, which was meant for Superman,
Right.
which now they have.
Yeah.
He has them in like this Kryptonian analysis chamber, which runs them through the computers and basically says that like each batarang was specifically crafted for a specific person. So it's not just like any generic batarang. Nor is it any generic dark metal batarang. These batarangs are finely tuned, and so we can't just assume we can.
In what way are they tuned? They look the same.
No,
They just have a different logo on them.
See the
differently.
logos on them? That denotes that there's also some other funny business going on that allows them to specifically interact with whoever they're meant for.
Yeah, I call shenanigans on that shit.
Well, yeah, you'd have to, but like that's the idea, is that the Batman Who Laughs has specifically crafted these dark matter batarangs to specifically infect very specific members of the Justice League or Titans.
And you won't find out who they are until you see the batarang. Or the person.
That's right.
So if you use the Shazam batarang on Superman, what would happen?
It would not work.
Just nothing.
Or something weird.
Okay.
But we do know now that the Batman Who Laughs infected Billy Batson so that he, using his magic, would be able to convert Superman.
Right.
So-
Which failed.
Yes, it failed. And the Batman Who Laughs can't watch because he's imprisoned under the Hall of Justice.
And now that they have the Superman Batarang,
Yes.
Superman is fine.
Yes.
And like no other Batarang can hurt him.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, it
That's-
won't affect him.
That's dumb.
Well, that's what it is. So,
Well, so they won.
well, they've won. They've won, but they still know that there are four
Yeah, they gotta go deal
others
with
out
it.
there.
Yeah.
They don't know about the
Oh,
Gordon
well, and
who
Shazam
falls.
escaped, right?
Yeah, he escaped. But there was also, but they know that Shazam's converted,
Right.
and they don't know about the Gordon who guffaws.
Right.
So there's still other players on the table they don't even know about, which means they still can't call in the Justice League. They still got to keep it internal.
Right.
But they're like, we need more information. We need to figure out what the Batman Who Laughs plan is. Let's pretend it worked.
Okay.
So Batman infects Superman with the Joker toxin, not the Batarang, but just the Joker toxin.
Okay.
That works?
Yeah, but Superman's Kryptonian physiology should allow him to,
Like overcome
Over-
it.
Get
Overcome
over
it.
it in a little bit.
yeah, will also be able to fight against its natural.
How do they know that that's going to work, though? How do
Well,
they
they
know
just-
it won't just overwhelm
Well,
him?
they don't. You see, the book is also like thematically about trust.
Oh.
So they trust that Superman's will be able to overcome it.
Can they trust that the other members of the Justice League just won't get hit by their Batarangs?
Those Batarangs have already been hit.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that
Superman was the last one, apparently.
yes.
That's weird. He should have been the first one.
Well, but how are they going to get him?
Well, with Shazam. So it should have been Shazam,
Superman, and then everybody else.
then the rest are a piece of cake.
Agreed. Machinations.
Yeah. If the Batman Who Laughs could plan this well, couldn't he have planned for Shazam to have failed to convert Superman and also planned that Superman would pretend to
Yeah.
be that it did work?
Which of course he does.
Oh my god.
So Gordon's talking to his
The guy who let him
benefactor,
in.
The guy who let him
Yeah.
into the armory.
Yeah.
He's got his Jeep outside of Arkham, and he's like, okay, I've got my plan in place. Batman and Superman have no idea what's coming. So we go to the Hall of Justice. The Justice League is all like walking around, having a good time upstairs. Meanwhile,
There's a lot of people in the Justice League.
well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a league.
Yeah. Plus, like, the Justice League Dark has access to it, and the Titans can come and go as they please. Plus, it's like a museum that's open to the public, so people can come and go.
jeez.
So Batman is monitoring Superman's ruse while Superman breaks into the Batman Who Laughs cell, frees him, and reveals that he is, of course, the snickering Superman.
Right.
And it's kind of a cute moment because, like, the snickering Superman, who does have a McFarlane action figure based on him, reveals himself to the Batman Who Laughs, and the Batman Who Laughs says, "The world's finest back together again." And it's kind of like, is the Batman Who Laughs lonely?
I mean, he did kill all the people that he knew.
Right. Like, and he did
Right.
it, you know, kind of first. That's like the first thing he did when he became the Batman Who Laughs. So it's like, maybe he just kind of like blew his wad too early, and now that he's like, because he ruined everything, he destroyed his own Earth, so like you can't even
Yeah.
go back to it.
Well, not only that, but like, what's a joke if no one's around to laugh at it?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why would he have killed Superman in the first place instead of making him into...
Because we
guess
needed
he
it
just
to be
wasn't
super
thinking.
dark, that issue.
yeah.
We weren't planning on doing this.
Oh.
So we were just going to make it really, really, really super surreal. Oh my
Yeah.
God. He looked at killing children and women and Superman. Whoa. Batman Who Laughs is super scary and cool.
Batman Who
I have a
Laughs-
tattoo of him.
Does he know that the Superman, the Jokerized Superman, isn't the Superman who snickers, but is instead a Jokerized Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, we're going to find
like
that
right
out.
off the bat?
No.
No.
He
We
lets,
find that
he
later.
lets them think that
Yeah.
the ruse is working.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, yes, my friend,
Yeah.
ha ha,
It's
my
worked.
plan
I
worked
guess
perfectly.
Shazam must have gotten you. Ha
Yes,
ha.
okay.
Yeah, you don't look like me. You don't look like weird, bizarre.
Well, you don't have all your shit on.
all your shit on, like, and even
Yeah,
Shazam
well, he will,
didn't
though.
look
Yeah,
like
he'll
a
give him that
Jokerized
shit.
version of Shazam. He didn't
Right.
have the weird lips. This looks like just a Joker Superman.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but to Batman, it's like, I don't know. What are the...
Well, but Batman
What's,
should be able to come up
what's
with
the
the
distinction
idea.
of the Batman Who Laughs? He's Jokerfied. So
Right,
I'll give him the
but-
Joker toxin, you Jokerfied. It's the same thing. It's all the same shit.
But
so it's all
Joker does
making
not
you a
have
Joker.
like an S&M leather fetish, okay? Like, there's no reason for the Batman Who Laughs to look like that outside of it being a design. And I'm not going to bury the lead here. The other characters who are Jokerfied or Batman Who Laughsified, they get Batman Who Laughs-esque costumes like
Yeah,
the
of course they
Shazam
do.
Who Laughs.
Yeah.
Because the Shazam Who Laughs does not have a Shazam costume that is just like torn.
Right.
It is a completely new outfit.
Yeah,
that
he's got a
reflects-
loincloth,
Yeah, he's got all kinds of like shit on.
spikes on his shoulders.
So, anyway, Superman who snickers frees the Batman who laughs, and they go to the Hall of Justice weaponry, and the Batman who laughs reveals like, oh man, I can't wait to have access to all these weapons. And then the Superman who snickers is like, oh, we should go upstairs and kill everybody. And the Batman who laughs is like, oh, not yet. And Batman who's listening is like, Clark, you're playing your part too far. Like, don't be scary. Like, don't scare me like that. Ugh. And so he's like, oh man, I have such plans. I have such machinations.
I have such jokes to tell you.
There we go.
So Superman is like, haha, yeah, what are your plans anyway? Shazam didn't say them.
So you can tell me your evil plan now.
Yeah,
since we're
you
both
can
evil
totally
buddies
tell me
together.
I'm totally on the down low.
Yeah. And so the Batman who laughs is basically like, I'm going to infect every living thing in this universe so that it's like the universe that laughs. I'm going to make everybody snicker, you know?
Right. Yeah. I was wrong. I killed all my friends in the other universe, and that wasn't much fun. So maybe I'll instead convert a whole universe to me. Maybe that'll be better.
And then Batman just appears
Oh.
out of nowhere, and he jams the antidote into Superman to free him from the Joker. He's like, that's enough.
Right.
So he's
Okay,
like,
I figured
I
out.
had him on the ropes. And Batman's like, he was playing you. He knew the whole time.
Yeah.
We wasted our time. We broke a bunch of stuff for nothing.
We broke him out too. Damn it.
But Batman activates the Hall of Justice security systems, and just tubes appeared.
Oh.
They grab Superman and the Batman who laughs.
Okay.
And the Batman who laughs like, nah, yeah.
He enacts the anime protocol. Tentacles.
Tentacles are not just in anime. You can't just watch Naruto and expect tentacles to show up.
You plebeian. It's hentai.
So the Batman who laughs is like, yeah, that was my plan. Like, I definitely do want to infect everybody, though. Like, I want you to know that, though. Haha.
Right. I told you because I wanted you to know, not because you tricked me.
Yes. So Batman then turns on yellow sun radiation bulbs to help burn the infection out of Superman,
Okay.
but also leaves him in a Superman cell so that he doesn't go off half-cocked and underpowered. Because he's like, you have not purged the Joker thing out of your system. You will cause a problem for me because I don't know if I can trust you fully yet. So you're going to have to stay here. Superman's like, you're benching me, man? No, forget it. By the way, it doesn't come into play. It's not a big deal. It's just more tension. So,
I thought they were supposed to trust each other.
yeah. But the Batman Who Laughs does leave one other clue where he says something. He makes an allusion to the idea where he's like, I'm not just going to shine a light in the sky to tell you like what my plan is. So Batman takes that to mean that he infected Gordon. And so Gordon's driving the van.
Oh my god, he infected Green Lantern. Lantern shine light. Oh my god, it's Aquaman. Lighthouses are the curry.
So Batman just plows into Gordon's van with the Batmobile, and he's like, Jim, we gotta stop this. And Jim's like, you suck. We're not friends.
Oh.
Every time we talk, you leave our conversations halfway through.
We're not friends. You give me a pipe. That could give me cancer.
Yeah.
You should have given me gum.
Friends don't let friends smoke. But he says, all you've ever done is hurt me.
Oh.
And this city has been burning since you arrived. You are a failure. Which Batman's
Well, that
face.
is true. Yeah, wow.
Oh no.
The one person.
Yeah, but you know he's been
Jokerfied.
or
But it's
Batman
also
Who
like-
Laughsified. So like,
Yeah, but
Are these the things he's
every
thinking?
angry thing
Right.
comes from like a place of like some
like
truth.
Yeah.
it's still Gordon in there. He's just saying the stuff. He just doesn't have a filter.
Yeah.
He's thinking this stuff all
He's
the
thinking
time.
this stuff. He's like, how many cops have I buried? How many Robins have to die before you get the hint? Batman's like, ah! He just smashes through the windshield. He pulls Gordon out of the van. And then as he's like holding Gordon down, Gordon calls a button on his wrist, which activates a bat light, which activates the bat armor from when he was Batman in the Scott Snyder run from
Okay,
Super
that's cool.
Heavy.
Oh.
So the bat armor arrives, and it like fires like batarangs at Batman and frees Gordon. And then Gordon, who guffaws, takes out this dumbass mask that he has to wear to show that he is a different character now. So he can be a cool action figure. Which they
You
haven't
can't
made.
just put the glasses back on and not see your eyes. Come on.
No,
He
he's
wears-
like, now I'm
he wears an
revealed.
Eyes Wide Shut mask.
Now
Yeah.
you see me as I truly am with this mask on.
Now I look fucking stupid.
It's like a half owl mask.
Yeah, and that'd be interesting if it was like an owl mask, but it's just a mask.
It's just
It's
dumb.
just a plain mask.
So the super heavy armor fires batarangs at Batman. Superman jumps in the way and takes the brunt of it.
Yeah.
And Batman's like, damn it, you're supposed to stay. And Superman's like, I figured it out too. It was Gordon. So Superman takes down the armor.
Okay.
You know, and
Oh, no more armor.
yeah, he wrecks it, and Batman just beats the shit out of Gordon,
Nice.
and he holds him, like takes the stupid mask off. He's like,
I'll punch the laughter out of you.
yeah, he's just so sad. I feel really bad because Batman's just like, I shouldn't have to fight Jim. This is stupid.
Yeah, this is
Fuck
pretty
guy.
fucked up.
This is pretty fucking dumb.
I'll fight weird, twisted versions of Robin and the other Justice League, but not Jim. Not Jim, man.
Yeah.
This is so dark. This is like a story that should have been eaten by the fucking dragon. Why am I here?
I think Batman says something to Jim to the effect of like, I never wanted you this close to my world. Like, I don't. You shouldn't have to fucking go to the moon or become an evil version of yourself.
Or pilot a Batman armor.
Yeah.
When we deal with things, like, you should hear about Killer Croc escaping and you give me a clue and then I go kick his ass in the sewer and you go home.
You put him back in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fucking the Joker already, like, kidnapped and possibly raped his daughter and paralyzed her and
Yes.
sat on a throne of baby dolls and sent him through a carnival of madness.
That's true.
So, like, that ship already sailed, man.
But that was done by a man.
A
Was
very
it done by a god?
a very twisted man. Okay,
Yeah.
the Batman who laughs
Batman
is
was
not
like,
a god.
yeah, he's a man.
Yeah, but get ready. Anyway, Jim's unconscious. Superman and Batman are like trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Batman's like, okay, so it was Shazam, it was Gordon, you were gonna be one, so that's 3.
Was there a specific like
Yeah, no.
G on the Batarang or something?
He doesn't do it with a Batarang in the Batman Who Laughs miniseries. It just happens off screen.
Right.
But there are 6 molds, so
Right.
I have to assume there is a G. We don't see it.
See, that's the thing, is that shouldn't be it. It should be like Shazam,
No, he was separate. He wasn't one of the
and then
6.
5
No, he
others.
is. No, Gordon is one of the 6.
That makes no sense.
It's weird.
There were 6 Batarangs.
I don't like that.
He didn't use the Batarang on Gordon.
He must have.
Maybe he did.
He must have, because there's 6 and there's 6.
And he's
That's
one of
how
the
it
6.
is.
Unless
Yeah.
there's going to be a reveal later
No,
that there
Superman
was one of the
going to be the 6th.
Oh, okay.
So, they're like, why did he use the armor? What's that all about? Why do we remind people about that? And so, Superman's like, we can take it to the Batcave and figure out. He's like, no. We've been playing this the way he does it. We're going to do things differently. Let's take it to the Fortress of Solitude. So then they fly the other bat plane to the fortress. They dump the super heavy armor into a bin. They give it to Kellex to figure out. They brought Gordon with them.
Killex, make this armor your bitch.
And by the way,
figure it out.
And by the way, we have established in this book that Superman has Kryptonian healing comas that are retrofitted to deal with human beings.
Yeah.
So we'll just put Gordon in one of them. That does not happen.
Oh.
Gordon is the Gordon who guffaws until death metal.
Well,
What?
maybe the healing coma doesn't fix that.
Well, it can't. It can only fix Joker toxin. It can't. Not Joker toxin.
just-
whatever.
his
It can only
broken bones?
fix.
Yes, it
yeah.
fixed Batman from falling.
Yeah. What happened to
this?
him anyway? Did he?
Oh, he was like really beaten up.
And he hit
and
the
he-
ground,
and
and
he-
he like
well,
turned into mush, and they fucking put him in a thing. And
If
he's
that's
fine?
the case, they should be able to remove toxins from your bloodstream.
I guess. But
Maybe
this is
it's just
caused
the
by
fact
dark
that
metal.
Superman caught him so fast.
Yeah,
and
that he broke a
some
bunch of bones. I mean, that could be. We don't find out. It's just a cool moment to remind you about Kryptonian healing comas. Because Williamson's like, in the 90s, I used to read comics. And I'm like, yeah, I'm right there with you. Kelleck's like, hey, this armor's all messed up. Yeah, and like,
Oh my god.
the armor like forms, and it turns out that the armor is infected with scarab nanobots belonging to Jaime Reyes, the Blue Beetle, who is now the Blue Beetle Who Laughs. Now he's in the cave. Yep, that's right. Blue Beetle.
What? What?
So
Was that the plan the whole time?
whole
Is that,
time.
that was-
Oh, no, I know you're going to go to the Fortress
Yes.
of Solitude.
Yeah, I know that you're gonna not
Wanna
want to
do what I would
what's
do.
predictable, and therefore you will go. But it actually is predictable.
So this is the problem that I have
with all
this
these kinds of
book.
stories,
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've already thought of that. I've already thought of
Hold on,
that.
he won't think of this, and I thought of that.
and I thought that you would think that I wouldn't think of that. So
But
I did think
I'm
of
not
that.
going to think of the one thing that you think of at the end.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So wait, where's the fucking dude? Because this is a robot.
Right.
Is the Blue Beetle?
It's not a. It's.
Also, I thought Ted Cord was the Blue Beetle. You just said some other
Cord
name.
was-
Jaime Reyes.
Yeah. Okay. So like, Ted Cord was the Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
And eventually they were like, well, he's old and busted, and so they had Maxwell Lord shoot him in the face.
Oh.
And they were like, oh, let's update Blue Beetle, and Ted's lame anyway, and he's not, but like,
Right.
whatever. So they made him this kid named Jaime Reyes who has access to like this alien magical armor
Oh.
that is also blue and is
Beetle-like.
beetle-like. And
So he's not the Blue Beetle,
not
but he's
either.
the Blue Beetle.
yes.
Yeah, he's a different
Kind of Blue Beetle.
fucking
Completely
thing.
different thing,
Yeah, okay.
but has the same legacy name.
Okay.
And so it's like we can capitalize on people's love of Blue Beetle while also making it young and hip for new readers.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Jaime's a fun character, and he's getting a movie apparently.
Okay.
So,
but he's not physically there.
He must be because he is. So he is like he's been broken down by the Scarab nanobots and then reconstituted into
Maybe
flesh
like
and blood through
the,
this.
the alien armor, like, you know, he kind of breaks into it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it eats him apart
Right,
and then
like-
regurgitates him.
Yeah, like a kind of like messed up Guyver, which is very like apropos because the Scarab that he uses to become Blue Beetle is very much like a Guyver.
Okay, cool. By the way, nice reference of Guyver.
I know, it's rare that we get to make those references, so I'm happy to do it. He is physically there because later he will be separated from the
Okay,
armor.
so he was reconstituted biologically. Somehow
Yes.
the armor reconstituted
Yeah.
him inside of it.
There's so many nanobots that each one carries within them one of his cells.
Right. And
And then
reassembles
when they
him one
reassemble
cell
the
at a
armor,
time.
They have a shell that's like an outline of him.
Yeah.
You know, like a Play-Doh fun factory.
Yeah.
And then they fill the cells in. So the Blue Beetle who laughs is like, "Ha-ha! You weren't expecting Blue Beetle?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Nobody
I
was.
really wasn't.
Good, you got me.
And Blue Beetle's like, "And the Justice League sucks, and you guys make fun of me, and nobody cares, and blah. Like, I have a real inferiority complex."
It'd be great if they were just like, Blue Beetle? Well, we can just go.
No, they're like, "Jaime, you're cool."
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Not Blue Beetle.
Come on, man.
Secretly, I'm a big fan.
That's- Also, what's he going to do? That's not even fair.
Right. The Blue Beetle who laughs changes his armor to look like a fucking Cenobite.
Sure.
And, so now he's the Blue Beetle who laughs, who bwahahas. Because okay, so
Badgers?
we didn't talk about bwahaha in Justice League International, but Justice League International coined the onomatopoeia bwahahaha.
Really?
Yes, that's the only time
What?
in recorded history when a character on page uttered the phrase bwahaha.
Wahahaha.
All right.
Wow.
And
I'm in.
it was coined by Blue Beetle and Booster Gold in Justice League International. So it's the Blue Beetle who bwahahas.
There we
Okay.
go. Done.
That's
I like it.
harder to say, but whatever.
I know, but it's you know what?
But it tracks.
It's a deep cut. So people will make more allowances for it.
Right.
It's a lot to say the Batman who laughs every single time. Anyway,
Maybe we should shorten it to Bwahaha Beetle.
Ooh. Because Blue Beetle, so now it's
Yeah.
Bwahaha Beetle.
What about just Bwaha Beetle?
Bwaha Beetle?
Bwaha Beetle? Yeah,
I'll allow
that's
it.
pretty quick.
Bwaha Beetle?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's what he is.
All right, so Bwaha Beetle, he uses his like nanotechnology to like take over the entire Hall of Justice.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
look
and
at
it's just tentacles come out of him.
Yeah, sexy, gross, awful tentacles.
These are cyber tentacles. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
they are.
Ugh.
You're right. Yes.
What does that mean, cyber? Like, what?
Yeah, because
Well,
they
it's
come out
not
of like a machine.
It's not organic.
Oh, okay.
It's like
They're made of like metal and shit.
It's like the shit that the xenomorphs make all of their dwellings into.
See, that does look organic. This
Yeah.
is
But
more
it's
robotic.
techno-organic. Anyway, so they free the Batman who laughs.
Okay.
At
That's my favorite version of House. Is techno-organic.
So the Bwaha Beetle, he takes over the Hall of Justice, and at the same time, there is a DC Comics event called the Year of the Villain happening.
Oh.
And when that happens, Lex Luthor shines a big stupid light in the sky that is also the logo of the Totality, and also, if you
The
flip it upside
Legion of
down,
Doom.
it's the Legion of Doom, and if you flip it upside down, it looks like the logo for Justice, and that's also what they built the Hall of Justice to look like, but it's upside down, it's inverted, so it looks like Doom. And the idea here is that Lex Luthor is basically doing a call out to the whole of humanity, and it's like, in your vote, do you vote for a universe of justice or doom? And
What?
And if everyone succumbs to doom, everyone thinks that like basically when you die nothing happens and you're sad, then doom will win and will like. It'll power Perpetua, and it'll give her all the energy she needs in order to fully constitute herself so she can make her unholy vision of the multiverse realized, and then we can have death metal happen.
Okay, I'm gonna vote for snacks.
That's not an option.
I'd voted snacks.
I always vote third party.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't descend into a fucking stupid quagmire. Instead, it's literally just like the Justice League's like, "Come on, everybody!" And they like, they mentally connect with everybody. They're like, "You gotta choose hope." And
How are people voting? I don't
in their
understand.
minds, like if they feel in their hearts.
Oh.
That's how they vote.
In their heart of hearts?
Yeah, their true
Why
selves.
does Lex Luthor want to?
Because he saw a
bring
vision of the
Perpetua-
future where he's ruling everything, and it's because everyone chose doom in their hearts back when Lex Luthor triggered it. And Perpetua is the god of their reality, and so basically like Lex Luthor becomes like a crazy religious zealot to it. And then of course it's revealed that like it's all bullshit. Perpetua just showed him that, and it's just for no reason.
Yeah, you think Perpetua's gonna let you fucking rule?
Anything.
Are you out of your mind?
So he like becomes Apex Lex, and he's like merged with Martian Manhunter, and he becomes like her avatar to like do shit for her, to basically just allow her to have this moment so she can become like fully realized Perpetua, and so she can like reconstitute the multiverse into what she wants. Because the idea is that like she's part of like these elders that if they die, they bring their energy, and the energy like, goes into the universe and the multiverse, and then that energy is used to create new Earths and stuff. And she's like selfish; she doesn't want to die, so she creates something unholy and twisted, which actually turned out to be the DC multiverse. And so it's why it keeps repeating and rebooting and everything.
God.
So yeah, and that's all Scott Snyder. He just was like, oh, that's a neat idea, and it's not. But like moving on. So Jaime fights Superman and Batman, and
Okay.
also we reveal that the other two people are Donna Troy and Hawkman. Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
moving
and
on.
there's two more.
Oh yeah, and also Donna Troy and Hawkman. So
they're here.
Yeah, they're here, and they're also,
you know what?
They're
No
also,
time.
They're also crazy, like Cenobites. So they're like gross looking or hot, depending on who's reading the book.
Donna Troy?
Yeah,
What is that?
she was.
Is it time? Are we going to talk about Donna Troy?
We've mentioned her before, right? She was a Titan.
Yes. So Donna Troy is a complicated character. When she was first created, she was a younger version of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then someone forgot, and so she met Wonder Woman and became her sidekick. And they were like, oh wait, but she is Wonder Woman. And so they had to separate her and make her her own character. And over the different like continuities, they either forgot or remembered, and both those options were terrible, and created ever complicated backstories for Donna to the point where like she became a disaster of a character. But
Oh, God.
Suffice it to say, Donna Troy is her own person. She's not Wonder Woman anymore.
Right.
And she is basically Wonder Woman's Robin, but she never actually fought by Wonder Woman's side as a sidekick in any of the last two continuities.
Okay. She looks kind of like Wonder
She
Woman.
looks like a younger Wonder
and
Woman.
has Wonder Woman-like abilities.
Yes.
I have
She
a
just
rope.
doesn't technically work for her or
No,
with her.
No. And she's basically like, screw you two. It's always been about Superman and Batman whipping their dicks out and deciding what happens to the multiverse. What about the Titans? What about Roy and Wally? How come they always get fucked over by you goddamn Batman and Superman?
Shut up, young readers.
Yeah, she kicks Superman in the face, and she's like, this is for Dick, which is like, suggestive, but also at this time, I don't recall if Dick Grayson had been shot in the head and made an amnesiac who calls himself Rick because Dan DiDio's sick of people making dick jokes at his expense.
Right.
But let's say it is. So she's just kicking the shit out of Superman in memoriam for the Titans because like she is a pure blood Titan.
Right.
It's like good for her, and it's not Superman's fault, but okay. So
And Hawkman's also become
yep,
Batman Who
Hawkman
Laughs
is also the Hawkman who laughs
And wasn't he a central character in
in Dark Knight's Metal.
Dark Knight's Metal?
Yeah.
And now he's been.
And now he's just Hawkman, but like evil.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we're just doing a lot of Hawkman stuff right now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, he got a
he's very
series
big
out
right
of the
now.
Dark Knight Metal.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, but what's funny is, it doesn't get much more metal than making him a giant fucking hawk monster with a big goddamn hammer.
This is kind of a downgrade.
This is kind of a downgrade. Like,
It's a huge downgrade.
he should just be that. Because
yeah.
that's what the dark multiverse version of Hawkman looks like. So if you infect him with but I guess it's like dark metal. It's dark metal plus Joker toxin.
or something.
So it's like a perverted version. So I guess it wouldn't be a
it's
big bird man.
Different stuff.
It's too bad though, because it could have been a great opportunity to draw that cool tattoo again.
Yeah.
But instead, he just looks like a stupid medieval times with wings character.
All right.
So the Ha Ha Hawkman and the Donna Troy who laughs, they kick the shit out of Superman and Batman in the fortress. Jaime's doing his best to help facilitate the Year of the Villain, which is an event that no one cares about. And the Gordon who guffaws is also there. Sometime after the Batman Who Laughs killed the Justice League and Superman and his family on the Justice League satellite.
Right, the first thing that we saw in this book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
But before he destroyed the Earth and was co-opted by Barbatos and made Dark Knight's metal, or sometime after that and during the Batman Who Laughs miniseries, the Batman Who Laughs converted the Justice League satellite into essentially like an evil, magical tuning fork thing that, if connected with the tower from the Dark Knight's metal event that they used to try and descend the Earth Prime into the Dark Multiverse.
Yeah.
Well, if we rebuild something like that and connect it with the satellite from the Batman Who Laughs world, those two things will send out a wave that'll make the whole Earth Prime into a insane Batman Who Laughs Hellraiser landscape.
Okay.
And they needed to convert the Justice League to do that?
Well, they needed.
No. They just wanted to do that because it was funny, and because like they facilitated.
It's useful to have soldiers to
and
help
some of these
with this
characters.
plan.
I mean, like look at Jaime. He's like connecting with everything, and he's going to need to use those nanobots and other like things to build the tower because the tower was destroyed. So
yeah,
we
but
gotta rebuild
Donna
the
Troy and
tower.
Hawkman, like what integral role did they play in
Well,
this?
they're going to distract Superman and Batman from doing it.
Okay. And all the other members of the Justice League, how are they going to stop them?
Well, they just don't because they're not involved.
Oh.
It's happening just so fast. The whole rest of the book
There's
is
no
like
time.
So Green Lantern, the Flash,
Yeah, no time.
Wonder Woman.
They're
No,
busy
not
like fighting normal crimes in their
Now
cities
that they
or whatever.
know who the Sinister Six are, can they reach out to the
Secret
Justice?
Six.
The Secret
They
Six.
should, but they don't.
Well, maybe
They do
they're
eventually.
Maybe they're dealing with the Luthor Sky thing.
Well, they all have their own tie-in with the Year of the Villain.
Right, so they're doing that.
They're all pretty busy.
Oh yeah, they're all hoping.
Well, also,
and telling other people
the
to
villains in the Year of the Villain are also like taking over their respective books. The counterparts
So there's a
would
lot
be
of
in. So
there's a lot going on.
They're all very busy. They picked an inopportune time to do this because
Oh.
the Justice League is now very distracted.
Well, not so distracted that Batman and Superman can't be fighting this own story.
That's right. Yeah. So the Batman reveals that he put contingencies in Gordon's armor, and so he activates it, and the armor explodes, thereby taking away the super heavy armor for good. And Batman and Superman use the ensuing explosion to run away.
Okay.
Much like the song dictates.
Yes.
Except it's Joker that gets away.
Right,
Now
yeah.
it's Batman,
Now it's
and
Batman and
Superman.
Superman who get away.
Into Antarctica?
No, because here's the thing. At this point, they moved the fortress from Antarctica to the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh.
So they actually don't go anywhere except like down. They go into the sub-level where Superman's menagerie of displaced alien beings live.
His zoo.
In harmony.
They all used to have like their own like rooms, but we only see this one area where there's like a giant crazy ass snake and a big kind of like hippo lion monster.
Porcupine.
Yeah, and they live in harmony. Presumably they're from the same Earth. This really bothers me because like basically they use these two animals to like fight the monsters for them, and I don't like that because like these creatures didn't ask for this. They're not monsters.
You're supposed to be protecting
Yeah,
them.
right, yeah, these things should be preserved. Like
Yeah.
the whole point of them being in the Fortress of Solitude is that nobody comes here.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like-
times are dark though. It's dire times. Everyone's got to pull their weight.
Yeah, but everything's dire, and it's like really
all you
frustrating.
all you have to do is sit here and eat. One time, I'm asking you to help me fight some bad guys.
Yeah,
It's the least you can do.
Right, but they're not sentient. They don't understand.
Can we vote on this?
Yeah, they don't get a say in the matter.
Yeah, exactly. They're mindless beasts.
Yeah, your dog
I
doesn't
say
get a say
sick 'em,
in whether you take it
and
out
you
to pee.
sick 'em.
Like,
Right. Yeah, but you're not also asking that dog to die for you.
well,
But you could be sometimes.
yeah. Well, when you expect it to like defend your house from like burglars, you basically are,
Yeah.
which lots of people do.
That's true. So anyway, Superman reveals that like the Fortress of Solitude is powered by a volatile reactor that if we detonate it, it'll like descend the fortress into the bottom of the ocean where everything and everyone will be trapped. And they're like, well, we could do that. We could set this thing off and we'll bring the fortress down here and we'll trap everyone here so they can't get out and like help facilitate the tuning fork and connect everything. Basically, it'll sever the connection between the space satellite and the
Oh, they're building that
tower.
here in the Fortress of Solitude? Why don't you just cut like the networking cable or whatever that's connecting?
They really should, but it's all crystals and stuff. So,
Right, it's wireless.
Like, yeah.
It's a wireless connection to the rest of
yeah.
It's remote
planet.
fiber optics, I guess.
Yeah.
So, they're like, okay, well, we'll have to do that. I guess that's our plan.
I mean, shouldn't they just knock Blue Beetle unconscious?
They really should, but they're willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
I see.
Not the
He's too
ultimate
powerful.
sacrifice.
We can't just
It
punch
won't
him.
kill them.
Yeah, no, it'll quarantine them.
Well,
So-
and he's like made of nanobots or whatever, so like if they try to punch him, like they'll just like morph around their fist or
Well, Batman has a
something.
contingency for Jaime.
Oh, okay.
So then Batman rides the Serpent Monster to fight Hawkman and Donna Troy, and they fight, and then
Someone's got to ride a dragon in every one of these books.
That's right.
Starting
right.
with metal.
So when Baja Beetle and his friends attacked the fortress, they also activated like an emergency beacon, which can only be heard by Kryptonians.
Okay.
And they're kind of like, so Superman, like, who's coming? Like, who's coming
Right.
to dinner? Like,
The Bottle City of Kandor is coming.
no, Rogolzar killed all of them.
Oh.
Remember? Rogolzar killed all of them off camera to show how cool and badass Rogolzar was.
Yeah, that was important.
It's a dark time. So they're like, is Supergirl coming? Is your son coming? And if they do, we have the Batarang tuned to Kryptonian DNA. If Superman won't become the snickering Superman.
Then perhaps John will.
Yes. So Superman's like, fuck, I'm going to detonate this thing and we're going to
John's
stick the whole
only
thing
half Kryptonian.
It's true, but he can still hear it.
Yeah.
No, I'm
He's
saying
still got to show up. Well, maybe
with
it
the
won't work
Batarang,
on
maybe
him.
it wouldn't do it.
Well, there's a 50% chance it would affect him.
That's true. So when Superman so when Batman is fighting with Hawkman, Supergirl arrives.
Ah.
And she's like, hey, I'm here. I heard the beacon. I'm here to help.
Yep.
So Jaime resurrects the tower.
Wow, that was really fast.
Yeah. Well, he's got nanotechnology, so
That's right.
he just converts matter into the tower
Oh,
magically.
I guess it's over. The satellite's here. That's it.
No, he's still got to turn it on
He's
or
got to
whatever.
turn it on. It's got to, and it's
gotta
in
power
another
up.
universe and stuff.
It's got to boot up.
Yeah. Plus, the satellite's over there. It's over.
Yeah, he's got to wait for the satellite to be in position or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Supergirl saves Batman. Jaime's armor kicks into high gear and tries to fight the infection.
What infection?
Now the infection has turned him into the Baja
So
Beetle.
now he's trying to fight back.
Now?
Yeah.
Now. So Superman shows up and he tries to appeal to Jaime Reyes' humanity.
Right.
He's like, hey man, we're gonna help. It's gonna be okay. Donna Troy shows up and kicks him in the face.
Yeah.
And Gordon, who guffaws, hands Baja Beetle the Superman Batarang, and he's like, throw it at Superman, and we're gonna get him. We're finally gonna have our sixth for the Secret Six.
Right.
So then Baja Beetle throws it at Superman, and Supergirl catches it.
Oh.
And she's like, oh no, you don't. But then it's revealed that she cut herself on it,
By
so
catching
she
it.
becomes the Supergirl who snickers, and she is transformed.
Oh, look,
No.
it immediately changed her costume for her, too. It's not like she had to go sew this.
She's really fast. She must have done it real fast.
Okay.
But there they are. Oh no!
Yeah.
And Gordon who guffaws like, it's not exactly what the Batman last planned for. He wanted Superman, but like
Right.
Supergirl do. She has a cool costume. I'm sure McFarlane would make a baller figure of her. They didn't.
So
They
wait,
made Superman.
did Gordon just show up here, or
He was
is
always there.
Oh.
He was there he was the one who handed Jaime Reyes the Batarang.
Well, how did he get into the Fortress of Solitude?
Oh, they brought him in.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, Batman and Superman brought him
Oh.
because they brought the armor and Gordon to try and.
Okay.
Because Gordon was a pure sample of the infection, so they were going to use him to try and find and retroact
the
a
cure. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but isn't Blue Beetle's armor trying to cure him now as we speak?
Well,
Well,
it
it
was,
but
it didn't work.
It didn't work because
And-
Donna
and-
Troy
and-
punched Superman in the face in
Yeah.
the middle of his emotional appeal.
and it definitely won't work anymore.
Oh, yeah, no, of course not.
So anyway, it's too late, and the dark energies within the Secret Six combined with the tower and the satellite.
We always have to hook people up to the tower.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
a thing.
It's a
powered
thing
by
from Dark Knight's
people,
Metal. It's
yeah.
powered by people. Plus, there is a connection between the Secret Six and their infections through the Batarangs and the Batman who laughs.
right.
It's ultimately that Achilles heel that will free the Secret Six from their thrall. So Earth is being affected. It's taking a while though. It'll take about I'm saying about 20 pages worth of time. So Batman's left with Gordon who guffaws. Superman chases Shazam and Supergirl who then knock him into the satellite from the Dark Multiverse, from Batman Who Laughs Earth.
Yeah, okay.
So now Superman's in the Watchtower from the Batman Who Laughs universe, and it's just strewn with the bodies of the Justice League formed into a macabre bat.
Ew.
The Batman Who Laughs did not use Superman or his family for decoration. They're in a kind of like Robin costume memorial.
Oh.
Disproving Superman's theory that the Batman Who Laughs does not keep mementos.
Oh. He does. They're just gross.
Yeah. And so Superman sees his dead body and the bodies of his wife and son, and he just loses it.
Yeah, but they're not yours.
No,
But
like,
they could have been.
It could be, and he feels for everybody. You know, like these were real people.
It's the same reason why, like, when Batman meets Thomas Wayne from the universe, it's like, you're not my dad, but we're still gonna have a talk.
Right, or when he fights him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just
it's rough.
after everything there's so many universes that have been like where everyone has like died horribly,
I
and you're
agree.
gonna worry about this one
I
that's
know.
right just because it happens to be in front of you.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is in front of him.
Yeah, I guess he's Superman. I'm
I
just
know.
like Superman. You need to just deal with it.
He does need to deal with it, but he also feels everything. Like his humanity.
If they were like there, like screaming at it, but they're skeletons. They've been dead for a while, man.
Yeah.
Do you go to a graveyard and you're like, oh, all these people?
I mean,
If he knew them, if they were his family,
yeah,
maybe.
if they were his wife and kid, maybe. Anyway, he loses it and he attacks Shazam and Supergirl. And this is exactly what the Batman Who Laughs wanted. He wanted Superman to be on the satellite and see this thing that would trigger him into becoming.
So this
his
is all
real
part of
self.
the plan.
Yeah.
So chess. It's eighth dimensional chess. Okay.
So Batman fights Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle like strings him up in some sexy bondage.
Yeah.
And Batman's like, yeah, no. I have contingencies for everybody.
Right.
And he activates the thing on his gauntlet, and he just plunges his fist into the Baja Beetle and takes control of the Scarab armor.
Oh.
I'm taking it with me. So the
Isn't
Scarab...
it evil?
Well,
No.
Jaime is transformed.
Yeah, the armor is.
The armor should
not
also
evil.
be.
No, it's technology.
It's technology. It feels...
It does whatever.
It does whatever.
It's technology. It's inherently.
It bends to the will of its controller.
Yeah. So Batman, he takes it, and Jaime is for a moment broken free of its thrall. Superman is just beating the shit out of the Shazam Who Laughs and Supergirl, and Batman calls to him and he's like, "Yo, man, you gotta snap out of it. I gotta use the Scarab thing to turn this shit off, and you need to not be that way. You gotta get rid of the satellite."
Oh yeah.
So that I can turn this shit off and we can not have this happen.
So he needs Superman to get off the satellite.
He needs to get
Because
off the
satellite's
satellite.
gotta go back, right?
Yeah, the satellite's it's gotta go in the sun.
Oh. Okay.
Earlier in the book, Williamson makes up a scenario that they say happens all the time, where Batman and Superman talk about what would happen. And it's like a debate they used to have about what would happen if they ever descended to their villains' methods. What would happen if we ever became the villains that we fought?
Right.
And the joke...
Batman's like, I know exactly what would happen. I would take over everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we
And I
know
would wreck you.
It's happened
we have
like
an
5
event
times.
that shows you exactly what would happen. But basically, the joke is we'd be better and more effective villains than our own villains would be.
Right, because we're better than them in every way. So if we
Exactly.
choose to be villains,
We'd be even better villains.
Yeah.
And
Wow, ego much?
yeah.
Well, we do always win.
right.
Like,
And we should, because we're the good guys.
we're like 1,000-0.
Yeah.
Against
Right.
our villains.
But also it was a cautionary warning.
Right.
We would be more effective, so we should never descend to their
Right.
methods. And Superman used to tell Batman, "You worry too much." And Batman says to Superman, to try and snap him out of his funk and to do what's necessary, which is push a satellite into the sun. He says, "I was never worried because I trust you." And so the two of them work together in tandem, and they sever the connection, and the evil plans of the Batman Who Laughs are thwarted. But 5 of the Secret 6 leaving the Gordon Who Guffaws, and so Superman and Batman basically take the Gordon Who Guffaws and they put him into a jail under the Hall of Justice, and keep him under lock and key.
So the Secret 5 are just on the loose.
Yes, running amok throughout the DC universe. And they will do so pretty much until the last chapter before Death Metal happens.
Okay.
And can they tell the Justice League that they're running amok?
Oh, yeah. And they do.
Well, now they know. Now they know who it
you
is.
can
So it's like, okay.
see-
So now we can tell you. We kept you all in the dark because we weren't sure which ones of you were secretly evil. But now we know you're not. So now you get to know.
Yeah, and the Batman Who Laughs, of course, is also freed. So they're like, shit.
Oh.
So Superman and Batman have
Well, thank
to...
God he's free. What else we're gonna do with this Gordon who guffaws?
Right.
We only have one cell.
Yeah.
So was this all
they
part
put
of
him in a
his
different cell.
Was this part of his plan?
Must
was
have
that
been.
it would fail, but he would still escape in the end, and so
It must be because the Batman Who Laughs uses this, and then he becomes a prisoner of Lex Luthor, who uses the Batman Who Laughs, or thinks he's going to.
Right,
use
right.
Basically, the Batman Who Laughs needs to be freed from the Hall of Justice so that he can then become the prisoner of the Legion of Doom, so that he can get closer and closer to his end game, which is a one-on-one with Perpetua, where he can be like, Lex, Perpetua doesn't need you. She needs me. I need to be her avatar. And so, literally, that's what happens. Perpetua's like, yeah, get fucked, Lex.
right.
So that Lex can then help the Justice
Right,
League
he
in
can-
Death Metal try and defeat Perpetua.
Sure.
So there's also a thing where Gordon talks about how much he hates going to the families of his fallen cops and telling them that, you know, they've lost a loved one. Superman and Batman basically have to do that themselves to everyone who cares about the Secret Five.
Oh.
You know, like they've been descended into madness.
Right, and
they're on the loose. They're not who they are.
Yeah.
You're gonna have.
We're trying to come up
tie-ins
with an
where you're gonna
antidote, but
fight with them.
it's not working right now.
Well, yeah, we can't get it.
Yeah.
And so
The computer's been working on it for a while now.
Exactly.
It's not
It's
happening.
And they-
coming up with nothing.
Spoilers: they won't find an antidote.
Oh,
There
really?
is no antidote.
Oh, they're just fucked forever?
They're fucked until Lex Luthor figures it out.
Ah.
But they're also dreading the inevitable conversation they're going to have with Wonder Woman, because she is like, you should have come to me first.
Yeah, why don't you call me?
I'm part of the Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Literally that.
I thought you were evil.
we thought you
maybe-
might have been. She's like, yeah, thanks.
You could have just asked.
Right. I would have then laughed and fought you. So the two of them go.
We were scared. We were scared you
We were
may have
scared.
turned
Yep.
because you would have kicked our ass.
Yeah. So, you know, Wonder Woman's fighting like ancient beasts, and she goads Superman and Batman into helping her fight them because she needs to get this like anger out of her
Yeah.
system.
Why don't you help me fight this normal problem
Stuff.
over here
Exactly.
that will only take a
The-
few pages?
Fight these golems in the shape of like bears and like centaurs and stuff.
Right.
Meanwhile, the rest of the Justice League
This
is like,
is the Themyscirian training room. It's their dating room, essentially.
yeah. The big reveal was that the Batman Who Laughs was in the basement of the Hall of Justice the whole time, and that only Batman and Superman knew about it. And so the Justice League is like, what other secrets are Batman and Superman hiding from us?
Right. Usually it's just Batman hiding stuff.
Right,
from us.
but now Superman's
in on
doing it,
too.
and they kept it from Wonder Woman too, and so Diana's like,
Oh,
really?
they didn't tell her about the Batman Who Laughs?
No.
Wait, where did everyone think he was?
They just didn't. Well, they thought he was defeated in Dark Knight's Metal.
What, they didn't ask?
They didn't participate in the Batman Who Laughs miniseries. That was just a grounded event that Dan DiDio begged Scott Snyder to write for him.
Okay.
So Wonder Woman's really pissed, of course, because Donna Troy was the one who succumbed. And,
Yes.
you know, she's like, is there a cure? They're like, we don't know. And she's like, can I trust you? Fuck you guys. And she leaves. And so
You can trust us, just don't ask us that same question and put the lasso on us.
Right. Well, she says something like, I never thought I'd ever have to use this lasso on the two of you. She doesn't, but she's like threatening to do so.
Right.
So, you know, Batman and Superman, you know, they like are sad. Batman pays to have the Batman Who Laughs secret lair removed.
Right.
Because gross.
Fill it in with concrete, man.
He should. Well, there's like pipes and stuff. There's stuff down there.
Yeah, you can't just
can't just fill
You can't just fill underground with concrete.
But
you
they
gotta get
fix
permits and
Exactly. They fix it, and so Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent meet each other at the Monarch Theater. By the way, at some point during this whole thing, Superman also revealed his identity to the world. Because
What?
Because Bendis really wanted that to happen, and so he did. Bendis was like, "It's hard. I know I begged DC to write Superman, but like it's hard to do the dual identity thing. It's stupid. I don't like it."
At the beginning of this book, when they're like, Jimmy, how do you get such great
Well,
shots?
that was in the Dark Multiverse and in the past.
Oh, okay.
So like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot
no,
about that.
that was like a bait and switch. But also
Yes.
in reality,
that would not happen
That would
because
not
everyone
have-
would know.
Because everyone
Yes.
knows that Clark is Superman.
well,
And
they
hooks up
didn't at the
Jimmy.
beginning of this story because technically it didn't happen yet.
Oh.
But
it happens in the middle of the
In the
story,
middle of
but
the
in a
story,
Superman book.
In a Superman book, Superman does
Okay.
that. So they get
Gotcha.
to reference that
Oh.
because Josh Williamson wrote the scene where Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne meet with each other but the context is now ruined because people are reading the Superman book at the same time.
Right.
And so, Bruce is like, why are you still wearing glasses and acting like Clark Kent if everyone knows? And, Clark says, old habits die hard.
All right, how are they going to undo that?
They don't.
That's
They
forever?
have to at some point.
I know. How are they going to undo that?
I'll just reboot the whole friggin' universe.
They might as
probably.
well.
No, I'll just
about
have him
time,
die
right? It's
and
been
I'll
like
replace
3
him
or
with
4
a
years.
clone.
But ultimately,
Okay.
in the rebuilding of Crime Alley, and the
I have to have a memorial for my parents.
yeah,
What about their tombstones? No!
that's not where Batman was born. So, basically, Batman reveals to Superman, like, I've got a plan, and the plan is I've got a new way of doing things, and it's because the Batman Who Laughs capitalized on our contingencies and our secrets to divide the League and ourselves and to sow mistrust. And maybe we can learn from this. So we're going to use our transparency with our friends and allies that we've now had to enact because we can't keep any of these secrets from each other anymore.
Yeah.
And we're going to use it to share information and tactics on villains and people we've dealt with.
Like we used to do.
Like we used to do. And
Like used to be the status quo.
yeah, and Superman's like, so basically what you're saying is you're going to weaponize transparency. That is no different from your OMAC projects or anything. And Batman's like, no, it is different because I'm
Right.
bringing you in on it too.
Right.
So we're going to do it together.
So I'm going to bring you down to my level.
well, no, because we're being open and honest with everybody.
We're being
so
open
that's the
and honest
other
with
reason
everybody,
it's different.
but not with everybody, just with each other.
No. It's just that you and I are going to safeguard the transparency. That
We'll be
we're
in
sharing.
charge of transparency for everyone else.
Yes. And Superman's honesty will ensure that it will be truly transparent.
I see.
And remember how we didn't include Diana before? We're still not going to do that here.
Yeah, she's not.
Well, she
having
doesn't
this
want to talk to us right now.
Yeah,
She's
I would
mad.
have had this conversation with her, but she won't talk to me.
Yeah.
So.
When we see her, when we have lunch next time, I'll mention it.
Yeah.
I'll mention that we already did this,
Yeah.
but you didn't want to be a
No,
part of it because you
gonna
were upset.
No, we're gonna pretend like that's the first time we're talking about it.
I don't think I
Wow.
understand this concept. What are they doing?
Basically, they're just going to be more open with each other about what they're up to. So it's like everything that they do or every thing they learn will be uploaded to the Hall of Justice databank.
But the only reason they weren't doing that before was because they had reason to think that some of the Justice League or others were evil.
Yes. And apparently that's wrong.
Okay, but if that happens again, won't it make sense again to not tell people for the same reason it made sense at that
but
time?
There will always be reason for them to not trust others and be like,
Yes.
but we can't tell everybody.
Right. But the Batman Who Laughs planned on that in the first. If they had always been
So if they
open
had
with
just
them-
ignored the reasoning that they had for not telling people,
Yes.
then it would have turned out better.
It might have. It certainly wouldn't have turned out the way the Batman Who Laughs had planned it. And
Right.
maybe that would have been better.
Yeah, but now that has happened, his next plan won't depend on that
Yes.
because he knows that for them it didn't work, so they'll
Right.
do something different.
Of course. But thankfully, Death Metal's almost here, so we won't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't have to worry about him one-stepping them ahead the entire time.
Hopefully not.
Well, don't worry. There's plenty of that. 'Cause Scott wrote Death Metal, and that's exactly what Batman Who Laughs is all about. But then we get a little tease for the next arc, which
Okay.
is super fun and cool, and is drawn by Nick Darrington, and it's also awesome. But basically, we're at a Lazarus pit, and Ra's al Ghul is talking to Zod, and Zod is like, I want to take the Bottle City of Kandor and dump all the corpses into the Lazarus pit. And Ra's al Ghul's like, you may not do that.
That is not what the
I already
Lazarus
did that
Pit is
5
for.
minutes ago.
Right. Except Zod is not a Machiavellian genius, and so Zod's like, it's war then.
Oh.
So there'll be a war between Ra's al Ghul and General Zod that will be an arc in Batman Superman. And it's a lot of fun, and it's pretty cool.
Zod's a Kryptonian.
Yes.
Zod is just evil Superman.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Oh, so he could kill Ra's al Ghul?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a cool idea, especially since Kandor was murdered.
Yeah.
So
and we are looking for an excuse to undo that.
yeah, we need a way to
Because
bring
that
them
sucks.
back.
I had a lot more high hopes at the beginning of this book, and I'm really let down at the end.
Aw.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah, I
Well, I mean, Williamson was basically trying to tell a Batman Who Laughs story
Yeah,
in a world where we are done. with Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah. There's no way to tell a Batman Who Laughs story that I'm going to like enjoy or care about.
No, because it always involves converting someone into a Batman Who Laughs.
And like I'm sick of it.
Yeah. By the way, I will tell you how they save the five.
All right, cool. Yeah, you said it was impendent on like the Batman Who Laughs' control over them.
Yeah, the Batman Who Laughs and his connection to the dark metals. He himself, he physically is made of dark energy or has dark energy within him, and that dark energy is wireless and it is connected directly to the Secret Five. And so Lex Luthor injects him with some shit that severs the connection, makes him local connection only. And as a result, it severs the connection between all the five and they become normal
and
again.
they just revert back to normal.
And literally they're like, oh, I'm normal, and then death metal happens.
Okay.
So
then they
can
can
be in
be in
death
death metal and be good guys.
Yes. Batman Superman, the first arc, it's the Batman Who Laughs. If you love him, it's fun. If you don't, it's not. But the camaraderie between Batman and Superman is undeniable.
And it looks great.
Looks great. It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
gorgeous
good
looking
book.
book. It's a great bunch of like splashes in this.
Yeah.
And yeah, is it connected to a bunch of bullshit that is wholly irrelevant today? Yes. Is it still a genuine, fun romp between Batman and Superman where they express their friendships and highlight some of their insecurities? Sure. And I think that's worth it.
Yeah, that's true.
It is very much a moment in time, unfortunately. Like you need to know what happened with the Batman Who Laughs miniseries.
Like
you need to know where it's headed.
connected.
This ends with the heroes being like, oh, we're bad guys later. And you're like, what?
Right. Well, plus that event with Lex Luthor happens in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Year of the Villain interrupts this, as does Bendis' Superman status quo. So there's a lot of baggage associated with this. I will say there's a great moment when Gordon Ugafause is severed, and he goes, "What in God's name am I wearing?" And I'm like, "Thank you, Jim."
Yeah.
No one else is like that. They're all like, "Oh,
They're like, well, this kind of shit happens all the time.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, I guess I got taken over by an evil force or something. Is that where we are?
Oh, okay.
I didn't shave again, did I?
I guess they needed some more action figures. Is that what's
that's
happening?
Right, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We need a new wave.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll make it available in the description below this video so you can pick up a copy. It's a gorgeous looking book.
Yeah.
And Williamson's, he's a workhorse, doing the best he can with what everybody else is throwing at him.
Yeah.
And not a flash to be seen.
Oh.
So it's not like he's a one-trick pony who's just like, oh, I know how to fix this.
Flash. No, he doesn't
Flash
even
goes
show
back
up.
in time. Hear me out.
Arguably, they should have asked for help from Flash because he's so fast,
Yeah.
he'd have been able to solve all these problems.
This
Yeah,
is true.
but what if he was the evil Flash and he just goes back in time and like makes them drop their pants or something?
Well, I mean, the problem
Pants
is
you all.
the Batman Who Laughs would have thought of them asking Flash for help and come up with some anti-Flash
of course.
trick to, neutralize him.
So lazy.
That's the thing I hate about this is just like, the Batman Who Laughs plan for that.
Yep.
Plan for that.
Play for that too?
Plan for that.
Yep. And it's frustrating because, if it was just in this, you'd be like, oh man, what a genius the Batman Who Laughs is. Because listen, these comic book writers, they're not geniuses. So it's hard to write that kind of shit. It's hard to make someone look smarter than your protagonist.
The only way they know to portray genius is to have someone who thought of the thing that the writer thought of.
Yeah.
Which no one could ever do
because
you
they
can't
don't have access to his
plan
brain.
things that precisely when there's like people involved.
Yes, who are unpredictable.
Right.
Except
Unless,
I guess
like-
Batman's point is like everyone.
But if you could, you
Unless
would be a
you're
genius.
doing it.
Right, exactly.
Like if the Batman Who Laughs was out and was like adapting the plan, be like, I was going to do this,
But now
that
I'm doing
changed.
this.
All right, now I'll do this.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they did a little bit with Supergirl instead of Superman.
right.
That's
Yeah.
one thing that was not planned.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So like, could they have gotten Wonder Woman instead of Donna Troy?
They could have, but they wanted Donna. And I think they wanted her because you wouldn't have expected her. I think that's why
Right.
they got Jaime Reyes as
Right.
well. So it's just like, oh, you weren't expecting them.
I wasn't expecting Jaime Reyes because I didn't know he existed.
Well, no, that's not. I would
but
not
if you were
recommend
in
this
this-
for a new reader. Like,
Yeah. I would have expected Shazam, though. That was very predictable.
yes, but that's why he's the first one.
Right.
And so you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why he's the first one. And we get to that point where like, there's no way out for Superman.
Yeah.
He's about to be stabbed.
But he finds a way.
Yeah, Batman
Everything works
helping
out.
him and
Yeah,
stuff,
It's fun. Great cool moments in this. But anyway, so Road to Death Metal. I'm not going to do any more. I think this is just going to be death metal.
Right. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, we gotta get prepared for death metal.
Yep.
We gotta grow
I don't think that's
long
possible.
hair and
Yeah.
grungy clothing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. Except
Exactly.
it's like more hardcore. Dark Knight's metal is just like, yeah, Metallica. Death metal's like, oh, that's kind of rough.
Yeah, I guess that's like black metal.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't listen to it. I don't know what it would sound like.